Sick of niggas mad. They wanna hurt me. Yo, what's up? What's up? It's motherfucking Friday, y'all. It's motherfucking Friday, y'all. And I had to let y'all enjoy y'all day. You know what I'm saying? And come up on this thing tonight and bring it to you all or whatever. But I gotta get ready because I got a lot of stuff going on tonight. So let me just get this information to y'all or whatever. Because the girls is out and she is having a bunch of fun. So with that being said, y'all come on up in here and we're gonna get this commentary on the road, okay? Hi everybody. I see y'all all up in the building. If you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get this information out. So I'm gonna give you guys the rundown, the rest of Canic's cross-examination on Halle, the other witnesses, and then mainly Diana Copeland. Okay, we gotta get all this stuff going, y'all. Yes, yes, yes. So anyway, let me see. I want to put some light on, get this room lit the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Cause Hollywood is in the motherfucking building. Woo! It was lit out there outside at the courthouse. Huh? They had a whole protest going on for Kill Free Kill. Nothing in life, but you can check my throat back because I've been that bitch. Period. What? What? Yes. Nope, because I ain't thirsty. These niggas man. They want to hurt me. All right, y'all. Let's get some content going. You know I'm silly as hell. Y'all know how I be coming up on this thing. So, they want to hurt me. Yes, that's what my girl Megan said. They want to hurt her. She know I'm nasty. Ooh. Like when I pull it out and I put it all over her ass. Hollywood about to be throwing it in a circle in a minute, y'all. Hollywood is to be throwing in a circle in a minute, y'all. I gotta hurry up to get this information out to y'all. I don't have a lot of time. I don't think it's gonna take a lot of time, but as much time as it's gonna take is how long it's gonna be so I can get this information to y'all or whatever. So you know, I got dinner dates going on. I got a lot of stuff happening, y'all. I'm living my best life. I'm here in New York. Thank you to everybody that has been donated to my platform so that I can stay here. Looks like I'll be able to extend my stay or whatever. So your girl is definitely here for the duration. Shout out to everybody that did what they could. The tools and the fuse, you know what I'm saying? It adds up to something and all is appreciated. I am not complaining over here, okay? I really am not. So I just want to make sure I throw that out there. And, you know, so I just want to say that. Because I make sure I thank everybody, you know, because that's what I do over here. Okay. Hold on. Okay, I saw it. Okay, I'm just trying to give y'all a little intro music before I get this started. Get a few more people to come up in the building. Hey, Miss Jenkins, shout out to you, boo. Thank you. Yeah. Somebody tried to send me a Zelle. It didn't look like it went through, and I'm having a hard time receiving it. So I don't know who the person is because they didn't have a number. They texted to me from a number that's not returnable. So if you watch this live and you know who you are, I don't know who you are, but I do thank you in advance. You're gonna have to check that Zelle and try to resend it because I was unable to receive it. Okay. And now with that being said, let me tell y'all the rest of the from where we left off yesterday. So you guys is all caught up on everything. You guys know everything that's in my head, my eyes, and what I've seen and what I heard. So now I'm gonna put a little bit more up on y'all. Okay. So let's see. Let's get into this. Okay. Hold on. Let me do this before I break this down. Let me just grab this right here. We should be good. Let me get my chair, get comfortable. You know, these little bitch, you can't fuck with me if you wanted to. These is expensive, these is red bottoms, these is blood shoes. Hit the stuff, I can get them both cause I don't want to choose. And I'm quick to cut a nigga off, so don't get comfortable. Look, I don't dance now, I make money moves. Said I don't gotta dance, I make money moves. If you see you and I don't speak, that means I don't fuck with you. I'm a boss, you a record nigga, I make bloody moves. She say, you go, who? Let's find out and see. Cardi B, you know where I'm at, you know where I be. Y'all know I love me some Cardi, y'all. Okay, let's stop. You know, that's a bunch of copyrights and shit. I'll deal with that when the time come around. So anyway, let's got my notes. Put y'all up on the pedestal. Good evening to everybody. Shout out to my big Baba. Make sure y'all hit that like button on your way in. If you did not hit the like button, just do it on your way out or whatever. I want to make sure I catch you guys all up to speed and give you guys all this good that I have for y'all. Okay. If you're not here doing the live, make sure you hit the like on the playback all as well. I do appreciate it. Yes, I put my makeup on camera. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Okay. Now, today was let me just tell y'all this one thing. I can't stand how the prosecutors are strategically bringing on their government witnesses, and then then they go off, and then we gotta wait the whole weekend before mechanic can come on and rearrange some things or whatever. So we're gonna get there when we get there. Shout out to the 2021 Dream Team, because that's what I'm calling R. Kelly's legal team. They're the Dream Team of the 2021. They remind me so much of Johnny Cochran in the Dream Team when they fought for O.J. Simpson. He has a hell of a support system. I felt their spirit. Shout out to Farinella. I got a chance to shake his hand. I got a photo with Nicole. You guys saw the picture that I took with Mechanic, aka Canic. Also, I'm gonna post the picture with me and Nicole as well. She's like, hold on, let me get serious. And she did that BRF face, that bitch rested face. And I'm smiling and shit. I should have did the BRF. I need another photo, Nicole. So if you catch this live, I need another photo with my serious face, with my bitch rested face too, because you know what I'm saying? We can't, you know what I'm saying? Serious situation. She was like this. Shout out to Nicole. I will be posting that very, very soon. Okay, y'all coming on in. Thank you, everybody that's coming in the building. I know, a lot of people probably else is going live. I'm not really sure. I stay focused on my own paper. That way I don't have to, get no cheat sheets and stuff like that. So anyway, we're going to continue on where we left off at. The government witness that was up there, they calling her Anna, but it's AKA Halle Calhoun. Mechanic is on the cross. Okay. First, when they came in, they was wait, hold on, let me read these side notes. Okay, so I did notice that Halle had on the exact same pants that she had on yesterday. Only thing she did different was change her shirt. Halle, is you in the struggle, baby? I just want to know, Halle, is you in the struggle? Let's let me know how real is the struggle, baby, that you can go get you a different pair of pants, a different color, something. You really wore the same pants and a different shirt. And you didn't think nobody was going to catch that? Well, guess what, baby? I crossed T's and I dot I. So I think her booty stank. What y'all think? Y'all think Halle booty stank? I think she's stinking, y'all. She ain't been with Mr. Kelly and she ain't been right, y'all. She's trying to find a come up and she can't get it like she had it. And Cannon gave her the damn business. I promise y'all. At the end of the testimony, he walked the dog off that motherfucking stand, baby, as a little funky ass thing that she was. I'm telling you, he gave it to her, and I'm gonna let y'all know exactly what he said when we get there. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss this live. So let's get into the cross. Okay, so it went over. He said, so now, did you meet with the government last night after we left here for court? She said, no. He said, did you see them last night? And again, she said, no. So he said, the exhibit, the defense is presenting the exhibit, which is GGHHIIJJ. Okay. Now, he said, I'm going to mark these exhibits. Now, may I show it to the witness? And the judge said, sure. Now, would you look through them? Please, is what he said. And he said, so do you recognize any of these exhibits? He said, yeah. He said, what are they? She said, these are pictures of me and Rob, me and R. Kelly. He said, okay, may they be published. And they published the pictures. You guys seen these pictures. So just to give you a description of these photos, and I wish I had my iMac computer with me so I could do a show and tell or whatever. But basically, matter of fact, I can pull it up right here. I could do a show and tell. Hold on. I got something to do a show and tell with. But anyway, it was a picture of, let me see. Let me go to it. It was the picture of Halle and R. Kelly. Just want to share with y'all so y'all can have the same visual as me as what was going on. So let's do Halle. Here we go. Ooh, they got them pictures, baby. When I tell you, you can just go to Google and Google got everything. You can't do nothing no more without it being on social media. So they posted this picture up in court today. This is the picture of Halle and R. Kelly. He said, I'm exhibiting Gigi, HH, II, and JJ. Do you recognize these pictures? He showed to the witness. She said, yes. He said, what are these pictures? She said, a picture of me and Rob. He said, may they be published. So they went ahead and they published. He said, so this photo, where was this photo taken at? And then she said it was at her birthday party. And let's just bring up the present. Let's do presentation. What that say? Hold on. We don't want to look at the Jasmine brand. Hold on. I don't know what just happened. Let's exit out of there. Okay, let's blow this one up a little bit. And voila. Now, this is her birthday. Ain't that what it say? Okay, so let's just get this together. Let me get y'all right tonight, baby. Okay, so she was like, "This is my birthday." He said, "Where was this birthday party at?" She said, it was at the house in John Creek." And he said, "So that was your birthday, John Creek?" She said, "Correct." He said, "Isn't it true that R. Kelly flew out the whole band to perform international to perform? You know, he performed internationally." And she said, yeah. And he said, it wasn't the performance for 2 hours. And she was like, yeah. So he said, you basically had a 2-hour performance. Yes, she did. Next. Okay. Then he went on to say, so the concert was just for you, correct? And she said, yeah. He said, so is that you in the photo? And she said, yes. Is that a photo of R. Kelly in the shirt? Okay, let me get you the next one. Hold on, let me get you right, because this is the next exhibit. That was GG. We got HH. Hold on, let me go back. Let me show you what they was pulling up on them, baby. He said, okay. He said, okay, is it this one? Okay, I know. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Now, wait, this ain't the one, because it was the one where she had the picture. Hold on. They have photos, baby. Hold on. Let's see. I'm able to share with y'all what I saw in the courtroom today. Hold on. Let me get that one photo of her and him. They should have put that one up there too. That was a really nice picture that they did. Okay. Let's see if I can find it. I can't find it. That's okay. It's okay, because there was others that they showed. And we're just going to go with that one. Okay. Now, he was like, I'll show you this one. We'll get to that when we get there. Okay, so he was like, so is that you in the photo? And she said, yes. Is that a photo of you and R. Kelly in the shirt? And she said, yes. He said, when was this taken? She said, I'm not sure. He said, so wait. She said, I'm not sure. Where was this photo in the back? She said she wasn't sure. He said, but what city was this photo taken in, or a town or a state? And she said it was in Buckhead. I hope I'm saying this right, because I ain't never been to the A, and I will be visiting Atlanta really, really soon. He was like, Buckhead, Atlanta. And then he presented another photo of you, and then he said, where was this at? She said it was a club called the Gold Room. And he said, where was that at? She said it was in Buckham. He said, what year? She said, I don't recall. He was like, okay. so here are another photo of yourself. And then he said, where was this at? She said that was just a pool area. And then it was in the living room. He hired an event. He said, didn't Mr. Kelly hire an event planner for your birthday? Yes, he did. Did you enjoy yourself? And she said, yes. Okay. Sis, you frozen. I can't be frozen. Let me look and see. How can I be frozen? Am I frozen? You froze, sis. Hold on. How about now? Let me see. Let me go on social media and see what's going on. Hold on, y'all. I gotta get y'all right. Excuse me, Joyce. I don't know who you think I am, but you about to get blocked because you've been disrespecting my channel for way too many times, and I've been deleting your comments. Okay, let's see. Hold on, y'all. I don't know. This person is being funny, because I'm nowhere from nobody's Texas, and I don't know why you even coming over here on my platform being disrespectful. So you got to go. I there. Let's see pieces of the puzzle. Let me go on. All right, we good. That's probably a troll trolling y'all. Okay, let's go. Now, let me make sure ain't nobody else up in here that don't belong here, because I am about to be blocking for real, for real. I should have texted my sisters and them in case they see a name in my chat. We're going to have to get it up out of here. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. All right. Now, okay, good. Y'all blocking them. Get them up out of here. People coming here distracting us, talking about is this, is that, and all this and the other. None of that. Okay. Let's just get them out of here, because right now we trying to get this information on to the people. Okay. Because I know y'all been looking for me all day. It was so much going on at that courthouse. It was it was turned, it was lit, it was a lot of laughter. And moments happening today, and I was very, very emotional because I felt some type of way, listen to this man's trial, being in the courtroom, and just hearing all the stuff that's happening. And it really is just too surreal, to be honest with you guys. And I really don't think I'm fully processing what's happening or what has happened and all the good things that's coming my way. I'm so humble that, I don't really process everything, but I'm just thankful for all the opportunities that is coming my way. And so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Let me get back to okay, now let's see. Okay, so we were on, let me go back because I know it was a distraction in there somewhere. It was like um okay, so he asked her when did she photo. She said she wasn't sure. While where this photo was, she said it was in Buckhead, Atlanta. Then they asked her about another photo of her in Exhibit KK. And then she said this was a club. It was a club called the Gold Room, and I hope I'm saying it right. I ain't never been to Atlanta, so if y'all know the Gold Room, that's where they was at. And that location was in Buckhead as well. Then it was like haters trying to disrupt the reading of the truth. Exactly. That's why I say I'm not paying the people no mind. I know if my screen goes out because it would let me know. And if my sound goes out, I will see it. And so, yeah, it's just if people saying it's frozen, delete them. Don't give them another chance. Just if they say my computer, I'm going to start deleting people that saying it's frozen. I'm going to put you on a timeout the first time. If you come back and say the same thing, you're going to be deleted. Okay. Now let's go. They was like, so what year? He was like, she said she didn't recall. So then she went on to say, he said, so are these photos of yourself? And she was like, yeah. He said, where was these at? She said, that was just a pool area at R. Kelly's house. Then she said it was in another one was in the living room. And then she said, then he asked her, didn't R. Kelly hire an event planner? And she said, yes, he did. And then she said, did you enjoy yourself? And she said, yes. Then he went on to say, so did your mom enjoy herself? And she said, yes. Okay, thank y'all. Anybody coming here saying something about some frozen or anything, just put them on a timeout the first time. And if they come back saying the same thing, block them. Because at the end of the day, I ain't hurting for no numbers. I'm just here for those that's really here for this information. And we're not going to even worry about anything less than what we're doing over here. Now, okay, let me get that off the screen. Now, okay, so let me see. He said, did your mom enjoy herself? She said, yes. And then he said, so is this the same stage that you were at your birthday party and at your birthday party? She said yes. He said, do you see yourself here? And she said yes. And then he said, can you point yourself out? And she pointed herself. She said she was to the left. And that's where I'm going to show you guys the photo that they was discussing when they asked her if she saw herself. And this is the photo that they presented as evidence, okay? And said, do you see yourself? Let me make sure I'm getting a close up on y'all. Okay, he said, point yourself out. She said, that was her on the left. And then he said, who is that? Who is that? Wait. To the left. She said, whose arm is that around your neck? Is that R. Kelly's arm around your neck? And here's the photo of R. Kelly having his arm around her neck. And she said, yes. He said, well, who else is that with y'all? And she said, that's Joy. He said, and then she said, now, didn't he give her a party as well? No. Yeah, a birthday party. And then she said, no, I'm sorry. I'm reading too fast. Let me slow down, bump it down. She said, then they asked her, where was this taken at? She said it was in LA, and it was Snoop Dogg's wife's birthday. Okay. And then she said, okay, hold on. Okay, he said, how did you guys get there? And then she said, we all were in the Sprinter. And then she said, but we were already in LA, because he asked her, did they travel, by plane, or how did they travel to, get to the LA thing? She said that they traveled in the Sprinter, but they was already in LA. Okay, that's what was said. Now, next comments. Okay, so do you recall her long, do you recall her? Wait. What was this? He said, how long were you guys out there? And then she said, maybe a 1 week. And then he said, did you guys do a lot of traveling? And she said, yeah. He said, did you do a lot of shopping? She said, yes. He said, I asked about the incident in Mobile. And then he said, do you recall that I asked about the incident that happened in Mobile? And she was like, yes. He said, so you thought Mr. Kelly thought that you were texting another guy? And then she didn't respond yet. He said, you as a fact, you told that to the government, correct? And then she said, correct. And then he said, you wasn't afraid of him, were you? And she said, no. She said, I could. She said that, wait, he asked her, he told her, you told the government that you was not afraid of R. Kelly. And she said, I could have said that, but I don't remember. He said, so let me present this exhibit, refreshes your recollection. I tell you, Kanik up in there getting them right, y'all. Kanik is not playing. He said, okay, so somewhere, she said, somewhere I said, I speak. Okay, he said, so did you say that you speak your mind? And then she said, she said she didn't recall. He said, well, do you recall in one of the interviews that you had with the government that you recall that you said that you was not afraid of Mr. Kelly? She said, most of the time. He said, but you told the government you always speak your mind, correct? And then she was like, correct. And he said, well, when you left Mr. Kelly, and when you left Mr. Kelly, he paid for your hotel room for you, correct? Correct. He eventually paid for your flight, correct? Correct. Now, you said that a text he had you write, a letter that you said he had you write. Isn't it a fact that you actually sent it to him in a text? And she said, which letter? He said it wasn't a letter that you actually wrote to Mr. Kelly. It was a text, right? Hold on. Because remember, she said R. Kelly had her writing letters, right? So if R. Kelly had you writing letters, then there's evidence that shows you didn't write him a letter when you said you wrote the letter. You actually sent him a text message, kind of like writing him a little text versus actually writing out the letter. And then he said, so in your testimony, that you gave to the government, you said that you text him. She said, I don't remember if it was a text. I don't remember. I remember writing a letter. He said, let me refresh your memory. Now, you read it. Now, does it refresh in your memory? Now, Mr. Kelly asked you to text him the events. She said, well, the events that I just read, it is correct. Now, about the incident, I don't remember the text part. Now, that you text him that night, you went to the airport and you notified him that night. Correct. Now, that he paid for you to get a hotel, is that correct? That was correct. Now, there came a time when, there came a time when she met, wait. Hold on. When she talked on him, Mr. Kelly didn't trust anyone. Okay, so there was a time that came when you know these what is this word I'm looking for? It's right here and I can't even read it. Lord have mercy. This information started coming out about R. Kelly, okay? And that Mr. Kelly didn't trust people at that time that this information started coming out. He said that he couldn't trust people. And then she said that was true. Now he said, now, did he not have trust issues before your mom came over? Or when was it that Mr. Kelly, she said, wait. You never had issues. Okay, wait. It's so much stuff was going on in this courtroom today. It ain't even funny. So the trust issues came before your mom came over, correct? Yeah, because you know, all these accusations, that's the word is right here. All the accusations that was coming out about Mr. Kelly, all the accusations that was coming out, basically, when her mom came, he had already had trust issues at this point, because before these accusations started coming out, R. Kelly didn't really have any trust issues with these women. It didn't come until after all these rumors started spreading out that he was holding people against their will and so on and so forth. So anyway, he jumped from that. And then he said, so when you was with Mr. Kelly, you never had issues with food, right? And she said, correct. He said, how about water? She said, correct. She didn't have no issues. He said, what about spending money? And then she said, correct. He said, now, he gave you like a sum of a lot of money, like a lot of money, correct? And then she was like, correct. Now, they referring to Azriel. In fact, you said Jane was jealous of you, and then the prosecutor objected at this point, pissed me the hell off. The prosecutors objected, and then the judge sustained it, where you know she couldn't answer the question. Then it went to, okay, so what was your relationship with Jane? Didn't he had to rephrase it. He said, so didn't you have the conversation the judge interrupted again. So really, he didn't even get a chance to answer this question because the judge objected this one too. He said, then he had to rephrase it. He said, so you didn't, he said, so you actually didn't mind being spanked as a punishment, right? It was a sexual turn on for R. Kelly, correct? And she said, yes. So it's basically, those spankings was light. And she said, I wouldn't say they was light. And then he said, well, I'll have to see if I can refresh in your memory from what you told the government. Now, when you was interviewed by the government, you said the spankings were light. She said, I don't recall saying that. And then he said, so you don't recall telling the government that the spankings was light? And she said, no, I don't recall. But he said, but it is in there, correct? That you told the government that the spankings were light? And then she said, it is in there, right? It is in there, but I don't recall. But it's in the document, yes? And then she said, yes. He said, now, on the occasion you talked about when you had to pee in the Sprinter, was his assistant, wait. Okay, did his assistant also? And then she said, We all did. Like we all peed in a in a cup in a Sprinter. And she said everyone did at this point. So it wasn't like she just peed in this cup. It was a reason. Now let's get into it. So if you didn't want to do it, you wouldn't, correct? She said, no, that's not correct. Well, you told the government if you didn't want to do things, you wouldn't. She said, I said sometimes, not all. He said, well, let's see if this refreshes your recollection. And then he went on to finish reading, and then said, and then she was reading, and he said, are you finished reading? She said, yes. He said, okay, thank you. Now, isn't it a fact that if you didn't want to, if you didn't want to do things, if you didn't want to do things, he said, isn't it a fact that you told the government if you didn't want to do things that you wouldn't? And then she said, it does say that. And he said, it does say that, correct? And she said, yes, correct. Now, these punishments you told us about was not for you doing something, for not doing something for Mr. Kelly, right? She said, I can't recall. He said, well, let's see if this refreshes your memory. Now, after having you read this, you told the government none of the punishments came from, doing something that you weren't supposed to do for Miss Kelly. He said, so it's on the document, right? And she said, well, it's on the document, but I don't recall. How is all this information on the document, but you don't recall? Like, make this make sense. Okay, if you didn't want to do something, you wouldn't, right? No, that's not correct. You told the government if you didn't want to do things, you wouldn't. I said sometimes, not all. And then he went on to refreshing her poor little recollection. Hold on. Okay, turning the page. Now, you're the person that was doing the interview with the government, correct? Correct. It was for Mr. Kelly doing something behind his back was a lie, correct? And then they said, I object. And then it was overruled. And then she said, I see it, but I don't recall saying that. But it's on the document, correct? And then she said, yeah. So you testified that you and Mr. Kelly, about the time during your relationship when it had ended. And then she said, what? He said, you're saying I'm not understanding you. And Mr. Kelly's relationship terminated. It happened after a Christmas trip. This happened in the hotel. You saw in the hotel. Is that correct? She said, you spoke about it. Is that correct? And then she said, yeah. He said, so wait. Gotta turn the page. Hold on. I want to be reading this stuff twice. I should have did this tomorrow. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm trying to hurry up and get up out of here. I got a lot going on today. Okay, look. You had words about it. I think we had words about it. I don't recall. When you was holding a baby, whatever your recollection is, Kels never text you again, correct? Not like recent, after the relationship had terminated, because he had to react to the question. So after the relationship had terminated, Mr. Kelly never called you again, correct? And then she said he never she said he did call her again, but no, he did not call her again. She actually called him. And then he said, when you text him, he never asked you to come back. So when you spoke to Mr. Kelly after the relationship had terminated, he never asked you to come back. Is that correct? And then she said, that is correct. And then he said, and then after that, because I gave you guys pretty much all of her testimony, and this really was just the last of it. And so he said, that's it. And then they asked, did the prosecutors want to redirect? So the prosecutor said, yeah. So here's the prosecutor's response after Koenig shut those little things down. But he went back and forth a couple more times. So we're going to get all into that. Now, the prosecutor is asking her on cross. Now, during your cross yesterday, the defense asked you about a radio interview that you gave a statement about. You stated it was different. She said, yeah, I felt like it was different with you guys telling everything. I was not trying to make him sound like things people had said about Mr. Now, I didn't want to come. They said, did you want to, be here? She said, I didn't want to come and do this. She said she didn't want to go on this radio interview. You wasn't, wait, wait. I don't want to come do this on. She said she didn't want to come on the radio and give them, bad information about R. Kelly because she was not under. Now, on the radio, you was talking about other issues. Is that correct? You said it was other things going on. And she said, yeah, it was ups and downs. And then said you didn't want to go fully into details. And then she said, correct. Now, the defense asked you about appearing on Surviving R. Kelly. Now, you could wait. You could have, what is this one? Okay, you couldn't. Okay, you couldn't remember. Okay, you couldn't remember the exact month, but it was 2020. She said yes. Wait. Were you aware? Wait. Were you on the Surviving R. Kelly in 2020? She said no. Do you remember if you was with Mr. Kelly during the first Surviving R. Kelly? She said, I don't remember hearing about it. Now, you ended, they just went on into so many different stuff. Y'all just gotta let me do it the way I got it today. You ended the relationship where around New Year's. Is that correct? And then she said, correct. Now, she talked about the necklace. Hold on. You talked about the necklace altercation that started because you was texting and using your phone. Hold on. In New York, you wasn't. Is that correct? And she said yes. Now, was R. Kelly upset during this altercation? She said correct. Now, what was he doing before you pushed Mr. Kelly? She said he was yelling and they were arguing. She said, how tall are you? She said, I'm 5'4". They said, how much did you weigh? She said 125 pounds. Now, did you weigh the same at that time during this altercation? She said, yeah, probably. Now, how tall is Mr. Kelly? She said maybe 6'2". Okay. The defense asked you a question about Mr. Kelly paying for your airfare prior you went to the airport, correct? Correct. You didn't have any money when you went to the airport. Is that correct? Correct. Did you take all of your belongings with you? And then she said, yes. And then she said, but I think I left my necklace, but I ended up getting it back. Okay. She got her necklace back. She said she left a necklace and a few other little items, but she ended up getting all her stuff. Now, they asked her, so when you left Mr. Kelly, did you leave in a rush? And she said, yes. She said, what was his energy like? She said, he had an aggressive tone. Then she said, where were you guys at? She said, where was he standing at with this tone? She said, he was in front of me. Now, in your face? She said, yes. Did he pay for your ticket? She said, yes. Now, he asked you to write something down. Is that correct? Yes. It was a letter, correct? Yes. You indicated a text, not a letter. She said, I don't remember if it was a letter, but not a text, she said, I just don't remember. Now, what was said was right, correct? She said, call writing a text. She said, now you never seen that before, right? And then she said, right. And then Canick said, object. And then the judge is like, overruled. And then she said, so you referred to as a letter. Is that correct? And then she said, yeah. And now in that letter, the note that you wrote to Mr. Kelly, who asked you to write that letter? And she said, R. Kelly did. And what was the purpose of writing this letter? She said it was to protect him. And then they said, so it was to protect him. And she said, yes, correct, to protect him. Now, you said everything wasn't true. Is that correct? She said, in fact, Wait. Yes, that was correct. Now, in fact, during the night before, in there, hold on. The night before, is this true? Correct. Some things. Okay, so when you said that you wrote this letter out, you also stated that some things was true and some things was not true. Is that correct? And she said correct. Some things was true and some were false in this letter that she wrote. Now they wanted to know what was true and what was false. She said, but no, they said so. R. Kelly asked you to write this, correct? And she said yes, but he asked you to falsify it, correct? And then she said yes. Now, what is the area of the necklace? Wait. Okay, so near the area of the neck of your neck, and then there was a objection on that, and then she had to re-question it. She said, so in other incidents, you testified there are other times he let you he hit you. There was other times that Mr. Kelly hit you. Is that correct? She said yes. He also smacked you in the face. Is that correct? She said yes, that was correct. He smacked you he smacked you because you were looking at other men. Is that correct? And then the candidate said object, and then the judge overruled. I mean, the judge is such a anyway. Now, is it true he hit you? Did you indicate any physical contact before he hit you? She said no. She did not start this one when he hit her. Now, we asked you about receive punishment. What were the reasons? And then she took a long pause to think about it. And she was like, let me get my thoughts. And then this is her words. Let me get my thoughts. And then she went, if I wore something that wasn't loose enough, maybe talking to an assistant. I should not have been talking to an assistant about other girls. And then she went on to say, so you shouldn't have been talking because of are these his rules? Is that why you shouldn't have been talking? She said, correct. Now, what about other girlfriends? Could they, you couldn't talk to them either, correct? And then she said, yeah. Now, was these one of R. Kelly's rules? And she said, yes, that's correct. Now, you didn't initiate the fight before the spankings. Did you tell them that the spankings got harder? And then she actually said no on that one. She actually said no. She did not tell them she didn't tell the government the spankings got harder. Now, she said, they asked her, so sometimes he would leave marks on you. Were they painful? And then she said, yeah. Now, snot would come out of your nose. She said, yes. Now, it was multiple times in one session where, these would take place. And she said, yes. Now, they went to the next question. This was about the event and the birthday party. You dressed up. Is that yes? Now, is this the time where he said you could get cute? And she said yes. Now, what about other times he wanted you to wear baggy clothes? Is that correct? And she said yes. Other times he would want her to wear baggy clothes. And he said, so you would be in trouble you would be in trouble. Is that correct? She said yeah. Leaving and did you leave and come back? Why did you go back? The question was, there were times when you left and you came back, correct? Yes. Why did you come back? And she said, well, it was a relationship. I guess, feelings sometimes was hard. I loved him. It was feelings, people deal with this stuff even today. And then that was her response. Hold on. After the abuse, and then Kannick said, object. And then the judge said, sustain. So on this one, she didn't have to respond. Now, they had to rephrase the question. Did you hope that things would change when you came back to Mr. Kelly? And she said, just like, she said, well, things did change, just like the beginning of the relationship. But then a little while longer, like as time went by, things went back to, the way it was. Wait, hold on. Kick back in. Oh, she said, and then after a little time had went by, then things would just kick back in to, him going back towards her as being, I guess, somewhat allegedly abusive. Now, what would wait. Okay, so when he would take you shopping, did he get physical? Did he get physical with you? Did he abuse you? She said yes. So when he take you to dinner, yes. Did he become wait. Did he have you to write embarrassing things about yourself? She said, yeah. He said, then the next question was, so wait, so much stuff on this paper. Hold on. So you're going. Okay, so when you were walking back and forth and calling yourself bitches and things, is that about bitches and stuff? Is that correct? And then she said, yeah. Did he have you to write embarrassing stuff about yourself? And she said, yes. Now, the prosecutor was done. Now it went back to Canick, okay? Now, Canick said, what caused you to leave the relationship? And then she said, can you ask the question again? And then he said, then the judge said to Canick, can you turn on your mic on? Okay. Now, was it because of other women? Is that correct? And then she said it was more than other women. He said, remind you, you're under oath. Now, what caused you to leave Mr. Kelly? You found other women in the hotel? She said it was more to it. He said, you didn't tell that to the government that it was more to it. You saw other men. Is that correct? And then she said, correct. Now, you don't need to be under oath to tell the truth, do you? And she said, can you ask the question again? He said, okay, so when you was at the radio station, you needed to be under oath to tell the truth. No, you don't. Wait. You didn't have a choice. Wait. Let me get to the right page. So you didn't have a choice. You testified that you would not get in trouble when you were talking to the assistants. She's discussing certain things. Who was the assistant? She said it could not have just been one individual who you would get in trouble with. Can you name someone? Was it Diana Copeland? And then she said, yeah. Now, you mean you went back? Yes. More than a dozen times? She said, yeah. Now, it was your decision to go back, correct? He said, you missed those shopping sprees. He said you missed those shopping sprees. Who paid for the assistant? Robert. You left, correct? Yes. What was the reason? She said it was everything. It was everything over a period of time. I just couldn't do it anymore. Hold on. Now, you didn't tell that to the government on your interview. No. You did tell them because of other women. Wasn't that the reason that you left Mr. Kelly was because of other women? And then they said, is that a question? And then his sarcastic self, hold on. And then he was being sarcastic. If we go to this last one, it was like, is that correct? What was the reason? And then she said it was every day. It was everything that happened over a period of time. And then he was so sarcastic, y'all. Canick was like, you missed those shopping sprees, don't you? And then she was like, huh? He was like, I'm done. And then that ended the whole entire cross-examination. They asked the prosecutors, you want to get back over this after that? And they said no. And it was actually done with Halle. And that was the end of Halle's testimony. So if you guys didn't get the full testimony of Halle, you want to check out my latest video, the one prior to the one that I did earlier today after court, where all the supporters that was there, they put together a rally for R. Kelly, and they got the prosecutors really, really mad and coming up out that courtroom. Okay, so now they called another witness to the stand, and this witness was Dr. E. Fath. Haskins is her name. Okay. Now they asked her what was her profession. She said she was an OBGYN. They asked her what she employed. She said yes, by the New York University of Medicine. They asked her about the schools that she attended. They asked her, she said she also worked in public health, health in hospitals, the New York University, the Academy, a professional clinician. I mean, the lady wore a lot of belts. I can't sit here and go through all of them, but she had a lot of belts. She did the she was the director of the path and safety. She works at a private hospital. And she did a lot. She went to school in Pakistani. They asked her how long has she been on her current position. She said since 2013. And then they asked her about the OBGYN, being a doc, what was it? And it was a part of the women's health issues, and it was a clinical, also ultrasound. They asked her her hours that she worked. She said day and night. I mean, the lady was, a hell of a doctor. Okay, now, although she was a hell of a doctor, you have to remember one thing is that she was the prosecutor's doctor. Okay, so this is some prosecutor expert that they have presented or that they have brought in. Okay, so just to give you guys a quickie on that, and shout out some a Cash App donation to get me some Black and Miles. Shout out to you. And because of you, baby, I must tell you, I was searching high and low. And yes, I got the Black and Miles. So I just want to stop this a little bit just to thank you personally for making sure I have my smokes. Yes, boo, I'm in the game. I ain't going to run out no time soon. And I know where I went to get these at. So that way, if I run out, I know where to go back to, because they don't sell these everywhere out here in New York. But shout out to the person that sent me the Cash App. Just wanted to throw that little snippet up in there for y'all. And shout out to everybody who sent Cash App again. And I know I said this in the beginning, but I just want to really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for trusting me to bring this information to you guys and keeping me here to be able to get more information for you guys. So it's safe to say Hollywood will be here for the whole entire next week. For sure. There's no court on Thursday. Just to give you guys an update on Thursday, there's no court on Thursday. Do not expect a lunchtime update on Monday, because Monday there has a late start. We do not have to be to court until 11:30 on Monday. And then court is going to go Monday and Tuesday up until 6 o'clock. So we will be getting out later on Monday and Tuesday. They're not really sure what Wednesday is going to look like. But being in the press room has a lot of perks, y'all. I'm talking about I'm getting information on and knowing who testified before they testify. I wanted to go live so bad and let y'all know that Diana Copeland was going to testify, but baby, I was already up in the building. And guess what? I can actually bring my phone in the building. So it's a lot that comes with this. Now, although I be checking my phone in because I go to the 6th floor, but I'm able to go to the press floor and I can bring my phone, my laptop, my computer, and any other medical or devices that's out there. So it's some great stuff happening. I just want to thank God for putting me in this place to be able to do what I do, you guys. I'm starting to really enjoy it, and I never meant to come in to enjoy it. I just like thinking that I'm doing what I'm doing because this is just my natural ability to give this information to you guys. And I've always been intrigued with the courtroom because, of course, my mom was an attorney. So it was in me and not on me. Okay. So So I'm just happy that I'm able to share all this with y'all. Let's get into the that witness, okay? So before I go any further, she was basically there to talk about herpes, okay? They really had her there to discuss her knowledge of herpes, how you find out if you have herpes, what was the most accurate way to find out that you had herpes. I'll tell you that Nicole Blank Becker cross-examined her, and she did an amazing job cross-examining the doctor to get her to answer the questions in a more logical and a more layman type term, so that we all can get what's happening or whatever. So you guys will understand everything that I understand about herpes and the diagnosis of herpes and all that. Okay. So now they asked her, I don't want to run down her whole entire educational history, but just know the lady done a lot of stuff. She done been to a lot of places. She was in the military, the army, she did a lot of stuff, y'all. Okay. So she's been all around the world, it's safe to say, out the country. She got her education. She came over here to the United States and so on and so forth. Now, they was talking about diagnosing herpes. Okay. And her expertise in that, and her having the board exams and so on and so forth. And then she talked about the different types of herpes. Okay, so let's talk about she was in the U.S. Navy. I mean, she had some active duties. She's not active anymore, but the woman went to some universities. She did some residencies. My gosh, she did high risk pregnancies in the the OB. She did women's health, general medicine. She did a lot of stuff when it came to. She's board certified. She did a lot. She did a lot. We're not gonna go all into all of that. Y'all can get that when the transcripts come out. And just to let you guys know, hey, Trev's in the building. Just to let you guys know, the transcripts are not coming out until after the trial is over, and then about a month later. So I will say the transcripts, from my knowledge, will not be out until the end of October. Okay. Not what I do. Y'all know I don't move about me and worry about my position and want to get a job where I'm hired at. The hate is real. But anyway, we ain't gonna focus on all that, because that's a whole nother situation that we ain't worried about that, because apparently I'm doing something to make people want to do what I do instead of doing what God allowed them to do. And you know what I'm saying? It get real. It get real in the field. Okay. Now they talked about shout out to Trev in the building, man. Again, because of Trev giving up his seat to me, all I could do is continue to salute to the brother, because had he not done that, I never would have been in the courtroom. I never would have had the situation with Faith Rogers' family that got me kicked out of the public space, put in the media space. By being put in the media space, I got acknowledged in the media space, and it just went all the way up from there. I see Daddy Lolo in the building. Shout out to Daddy Lolo. Again, I don't get into people's personal beefs, drama, none of that. So let me just throw that out there for anybody that's wondering what's going on. I'm neutral. I fucks with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't got a problem with this person, that person. I'm like, I don't do that. That's childish stuff. That's that tip for tap. I'm a grown ass lady. I have a 28-year-old son. I refuse to do things that I would look at my 9-year-old doing. She's a 4th grader. Okay, we're not. I don't move like that. So I fuck with everybody. I got love for everybody. So shout out to everybody that was up there at the courthouse. You know what I'm saying? And just showing love, man. They was out there today. Y'all saw the protest. I broadcast that live for y'all. I wish I would have got the prosecutors movement, because I'm talking about if he could have put on some tennis shoes, he would have been running, y'all. The prosecutor wanted to just run. He didn't want to hear nothing else about R. Kelly. He didn't want to hear a damn thing. Make sure you tell Carrie Kelly to subscribe to my channel too, and support the channel by just coming in and saying hello. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna get him right. I don't care what nobody got to say about Carrie Kelly. I don't hold grudges. I don't got nothing to do with that. I don't got a fork in the steak. And I know a lot of people have different conflicting feelings about Carrie. But one thing for sure and two for certain, that's that man brother. Okay, so you may have altercations with your family. Some of y'all may not even fuck with y'all family, and some of y'all may just be done with y'all family. Just keep this shit all the way fucking real. There's things you would do and there's things you wouldn't do, but when you don't know, when you at your wits end and you may think you ain't never gonna fuck with your family no more, you don't know what you would do. So I'm not here to judge nobody. I don't have a heaven and hell to put nobody in, so I'm not even gonna judge nobody. All I say is that man is there. He's supporting his brother, and I salute to him because he's in the building. So whatever, y'all keep y'all personal opinions to yourself. That's how y'all feel. I don't feel that way over here at Pieces of the Puzzle. I have nothing but a heart. I don't want my heart hardened for nobody. I go to sleep repenting. I don't want nothing bad on the brain because I want to sleep like a baby so I can wake up to my blessings that God opened up them eyes to see another day. Okay, and if he did it for me, I know he could do it for y'all. Y'all gonna have to learn how to forgive and maybe not forget, but holding all that negativity and all that carrying on and all that stuff, I ain't doing that over here. So over here I support anybody that's supporting R. Kelly, and that man is supporting his brother, and I'm supporting him because he's supporting R. Kelly, because I support R. Kelly. Y'all support R. Kelly. Y'all support R. Kelly. Y'all better get on the sports side. Don't be doing all that. What? Shout out to Kerry motherfucking Kelly, and I got a photo with him too. Now, if he let me publish it, I'll publish that motherfucker because it was a nice photo. You know what I'm saying? But I told the brothers this is for my personal memories. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to put everything out there. Everything ain't for the gram because you better hope I don't run across your man. I'm just saying. Who man? Who man? These bitches, man. They want to hurt me. All right, y'all. So anyway, that was pretty much the doctor's testimony was herpes. Okay, they just wanted to know the different ways. You can have a reaction. They talked about the initial attacks. They talked about the outbreaks, the areas in the body. They put up an exhibit, and let's see if I can do a little show and tell for y'all on that too. You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta show it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just to get on some real stuff though, in the middle of this commentary, we gotta learn how to let go of negativity and embrace positivity, because positive always take negative people breath away. Don't forget that. Remember, I told y'all that positivity takes negative people's breath away. So stay on the sunny side, y'all. Always on the sunny side. I learned that when I was a kid and I was going camping, man. I was young adolescent. You know what I'm saying? I was out there camping, and so that's what I learned. Stay on the sunny. Okay, let's see. So they presented this. Let's do this. Let me show y'all. Okay, let's see if I can get the image. They ain't gonna give me that same image they had. You hear me? They ain't gonna give me that same image that they had. I can't pull it up. I can't. Here goes something similar to it though. It may not be the exact model, but I'm gonna get y'all right with something similar, as close as I possibly can. So it looked a little bit like this, but it was more like 3D. You can see all through the body. Like you can see where it affected it at and where it attacks you at. So I don't have their exact exhibit, but that's as close to the exhibit as you're going to get. And the lady said it looked like the backside. So that's as close as we're going to get to the image of the body and how it attacks the brain, and then it talks about the itchiness, the pain, and the genital blisters and sores and stuff like that. Okay, now just to sum it all up, because it's so much notes that I took about this doctor and her breakdown. I mean, I literally took all her notes. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I got all the notes from the doctor all the way till we get to the next testimony. Surplex, her work in that area. I don't want to bore y'all the way I was bored, but I was so damn bored, and rather than fall asleep, I just took the notes. Okay, I took the notes, and I think once we get here, well, I put Nicole's name on there, so once we got to where we needed to get to, I knew who was crossing her up. Okay, so these is all the notes that I took from the doctor. Like I said, it was so much. They talked about the Valtrex. It was a lot. And then she had no further questions. And then the cross came in for Nicole. As y'all can see, the cross is here for Nicole. Okay. So it's a lot of notes. I don't think y'all want to be bored with all that stuff, but I'm going to basically sum it up. The doctor was for the prosecutor, y'all. Okay. She basically was saying, about the chronic of it, the shedding, what Valtrex was actually used for. We know that the doctor did give R. Kelly some medication called Valtrex, even though he was not tested for herpes or not tested positive for having herpes, but he treated him for it with Valtrex. Now, the lady did confirm that Valtrex is a medication that basically it decreases or it minimizes an outbreak. It kind of like because there's no cure, as you guys are aware, there's no cure for herpes, none whatsoever, but there is medications to kind of control the outbreaks and stuff. And so what they were trying to get at without diagnosing Mr. Kelly with herpes, they just talking about the knowledge of the herpes. And to me, you're going to need a test. You're going to need to confirm it. And so they wanted to do one thing I liked that what Nicole did on the cross was she wanted to know, is there a way you can find out if a person ever had herpes and when they actually had herpes? And the doctor did break that down. There's called past exposure, and then there's IgG, which is positive or negative. And then she said about two weeks up to a month, you can find out. And then she did say, about the positive, which types was more accurate. And then she kept this doctor got on my nerves. She was being sarcastic as hell with Nicole. Nicole did so good because Nicole is so classy, and she just got that look like she ain't had to say shit. It's her face for me. It's the face for me. It's like, I wish I would have took a picture not smiling and shit. I was all happy as fuck to take a picture with Nicole. I'm all like, and she like this. She said, let me put my BRF on. I said, damn, why you tell me you was about to do the BRF? Because I could have did the BRF with you, Nicole. We're going to have to do a retake. Fuck that shit. So when you get this motherfucking lie, boo, just know you got to take another one with me so I can be like, bitch. I can't do it, y'all. I'm trying to learn how to be as arrogant as the marshals, as mean as hell as the motherfuckers. I mean, them motherfuckers, they just got the nastiest attitudes for no reasons. Like, did you not get no pussy last night? Somebody needs to go suck one of them marshals' dicks so they can loosen the fuck up. I'm telling you, them motherfuckers is tight up in there. They tight. But anyway, so... Okay, so she basically, like I said, I liked it how she did that. I also liked how Nicole, she talked about, so the doctor said, if a person has herpes, they are putting their own self and child at risk if that person knowingly has herpes and decide to go get pregnant. Now, you know where we're going with that, right? Because somebody allegedly was just pregnant. Well, not allegedly. We know to be a fact that little rat was pregnant and she just pushed out a baby. I don't know if she pushed it out, they cut it out. But if she knew better, they would have to cut that baby out because you got herpes. So that means you are putting your child at risk. And you knew that you being pregnant could cause harm to that baby, okay? And so I like the way Nicole got that out of the doctor. She got that doctor to say, and she showed the medical records to the doctor, and I had the doctor look at her medical records without saying her name, and then the doctor, and so she was basically 17 years old when she allegedly contracted herpes. And I mean, I can't really say alleged because it seemed like it was on document. I didn't see it because they did not publish it to us. They only published it to the jury now. Okay. So that was kind of like, show me, but you know, that's medical, that's HIPAA. I already knew where that was going with that, but they knew I was, if they knew what I knew, that I have medical license and I'm in the industry, then they could have showed me, you know what I'm saying? Because you could exchange that with us, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what we do. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Okay, so now, okay, so then she said, okay, so that would put the so you knowingly having herpes and you go out there and you get pregnant, you're putting your baby at risk. And that doctor confirmed the hell out of that. I mean, she said, absolutely. So, so that was pretty much it. And again, this did not confirm that R. Kelly has no type of herpes. This only was bringing in a doctor expert to talk about her knowledge. Now, there was some stuff that Nicole was asking her, and the lady would disagree. And then she pissed me off because she said there's nothing in medical that is 100%. Nothing in medical that's 100%. So she said, so it sounds like it would have been, no, this is my personal opinion. So sounds like it could be word of mouth. So if a patient has a classic outbreak, or then they went into the specifics, they had the evidence KK and they presented that to the jury only. And then they talked about she was allegedly in a relationship April 2015 all the way up until August. And then those 4 months prior, because she had found out that she had herpes. And then the doctor just kept saying, well, when you get it, you know you got it, basically. You know what I'm saying? You gonna know you got the shit. There's no way you're not gonna know you have herpes. But she did break down different, you know, meanings of herpes. She did. She broke down different meanings of herpes. And then she went on, like I said, they talked about the baby could get very, very sick. It could potentially have cerebral palsy if you know, the baby is born with herpes, and the long-term effect, it could damage the brain of the fetus, and then the baby can just come out with all sorts of developmental issues. And then she talked about unpredictable testings for herpes, and if there was ways that people would not even know that they had herpes. She got her to say, yes, there's ways that people would not know they had herpes. So she did a lot. I'm not running down exactly word for word on that, because again, that was a boring testimony, that it was just too much. It was way too much. After that witness got off the stand and there was no more cross, after Nicole ripped her up and got her to say everything she needed her to say, then there was another person that came out. His name was Philip Fanara, and he testified as well. And they asked him, what did he do? And he works for AT&T. He did telephone calls and routes and stuff like that. He monitored different things. They asked him what was rerouting phone calls meant, and if you got an AT&T phone, and if you have AT&T phone, how long do they keep your records? He said 7 years. She said Nicole on cross asks, could it be longer than 7? No, the prosecutors asked, could it be longer than 7? He said no, but then when they showed him some examples of phone records that they obtained from way back in, I want to say 2000 and something, it showed that you can. It was from 2004, so yes, you can keep the phone records longer than the 7 years that he actually testified to. Okay, so that's what they was going with that. They just talked a bunch of that. Okay, now we're down to the meat. Okay, that was the end of that testimony. He was done. They just talked about cell phones, pinging off the phones. If you got a Sprint phone or Verizon phone, do AT&T keep your records for 7 years? Now, if a phone call go through their wiring system, like on a ping tower, yeah, but it does not control the data. It does not hold on to any information showing you where a Verizon came from or another phone that's not associated to AT&T. So no, it was safe to say that they do not have access or that ability to hold on to those type of information. Now, let's get into Diana Copeland, because that's what we all been waiting on. Okay, now this testimony, we're gonna be here for a few minutes, because here, let me show y'all. It's not a game. This is everything on all on Diana today. Okay. And then not only that, but this is all the prosecutors questioning. The cross have not gotten this case yet. So when we go back on Monday, even though we got a late start, we will continue with her and the prosecutor questioning their witness, and then is going to get over to Canick crossing the witness. But just to tell y'all right, but don't fear, okay? Because it always, like I said, the prosecutor's been putting on a hell of a show, okay? They are putting on a hell of a show to the point where, if mechanic won't go on cross, then maybe you would believe these things that these people have said, that the government has prepped them for, coached them for, and prepared them for, okay? Allegedly. Now, I got to throw she on there, she's lying to the people. No, allegedly, okay? Now, so let's get into this content. So they asked her, was she employed? And she said, yes. And then she said, no, I'm not employed. No, I'm not employed. She said, they said, well, what do you do? She said, I'm actually a film writer. There was something else. I didn't catch that. Then they said, okay, so she said she has a business of her own now in film company. She has her own business, which is in film company. They said, how about your previous work? She said she worked as an assistant for R. Kelly. Now, do you see R. Kelly in the courtroom? Well, Mr. Kelly in the courtroom? She said, he got on, yes, a gray jacket. Now, how long did you work for Mr. Kelly? She said 2004 to 2005. For 15 years on and off is what she said. And then she said, for on and off. And they said, well, what dates did you work for Kelly? And she said, I'm not really sure the exact dates. When was the last time you worked for R. Kelly? She said sometime between 2016, 2018. And then she said, they said, well, when was it exactly? And then she said she wasn't sure, but around April 2018 is the last time she worked for R. Kelly. See, a lot of people leaving this man, and they leaving with a bad taste in their mouth, to the point where they willing to take $1,500, $1,000 to throw the man under the bus rather than just tell the truth. But that's my personal opinion. I'm just saying that's my personal opinion. Now, okay. So she said, what was your position? She said she was an executive assistant. And then she said, but she was a personal assistant there, but that role had changed. They asked her, where did she live at the time when she was working for him? She said she lived in Michigan. And then she said, where did he live? She said R. Kelly lived in Illinois. Well, how did you get to work? She said she will commute every week. And then she said, so during that time period, where did you stay? And then the judge asked her, where did she stay? Because I guess she didn't hear the question. So the judge ended up getting in it, which I can't stand, because I don't know why she's trying to help this case, but she should just stay on the sideline and get out the dotted line. But anyway, that's my personal opinion. It do not reflect the facts of the matter. What you say. Okay. And she said, where would you stay? She said, at the estate. She said, where? She said, in Olympia Fields. Now, when was the first work responsibility? What was your work responsibility that you had? She said, her first work responsibility was household, making sure that the housekeepers was doing their job, and that the nannies was also doing their job. Then they said, so did you work with his kids? She said, yeah. She said, for how long? She said, for 2 years into her employment. Now, after 2 years were there no more children in the home? And then she said, yes, that's correct. And she said, so how long did you work for him? She said 15 years. Then they said, what was your responsibility? She said her responsibilities was to answer calls, make sure that he made his meetings, woke him up on time, did radio drop-ins. And then she said, if there were just she said she would just make sure that the guests, if there were guests, that she would just make sure that the guest was comfortable. They asked her, what type of guests did he have? She said label, record label people to personal people. And then, of course, you know, they want to be funny. And then she said also male and female. She said, where were there girlfriends there? And then she said, yeah, there were female. Yes. Did he employ, hold on, did he employ others in any other capacity? And then she said, yeah. Do you recognize this right here? She said, yes, I do. They said, who is this? She said, that is the accountant. They said, what is his name? This is the cross examination. What is his name? She said, Daryl McDavid. Now, when did he when did he start working for Mr. Kelly? She said she wasn't sure. They said, well, when you left in 2000, she said, wait, when he left in 2013, when you worked for Daryl there, when you worked, was Daryl, okay, so when you was working there, was Daryl there? And then she said, correct. Now, here's another exhibit. Do you recognize this person? Who this person is? And she said, yeah. They said, who is this? She said, that's June Brown. And then she said, what did June Brown do? He was his personal assistant. Was he his assistant the entire time? Then she said, when you started and left. And then she said, the entire time I started and left, he was there. Now, who is George Kelly? She said, that's June Bug. Now, what do he do? He's a personal assistant. Was he there the entire time when you were there? She said, on and off the entire time I worked for Mr. Kelly. Now, here's another exhibit. Who is this person? She said, that's Dan Pullen. She said, they said, well, what do Dan do? She said, he's a personal assistant. Well, how long did he work for Mr. Kelly? She said, I believe he came later somewhere. I don't remember. Then she said, maybe the end period. And then they said, well, when you left. And she said, I can't say one way or the another. I'm not sure. Sorry. And they said, okay, so who is this person in an exhibit? She said, that's Candy's. What do Candy do? She was the security. Was she there the entire time? She was in and out the entire time, on and off. And then they said, well, do you know her real name? And she said, yes, Cynthia something. Don't give me the lines. I can't even read that one. It's Cynthia something Fonts, okay? Defont or something. I think that was her last name, Cynthia Defont. But don't quote me on that part. But her name was Cynthia for sure. Now, here's an exhibit, evidence 16. Do you recognize this person? She said, yes. They said, who is this person? She said, that's the bus driver. Do you remember his name? She said, I can't remember his name. Do you remember how long? She said, I don't remember the period of time, but that's the driver. He was the bus driver. Here's another exhibit. Do you recognize this person? Yes, I do. What's his name? His name is Terry. What did he do? He was a bus driver. How long did he work there? Oh, I don't recall the time period. Then they said, okay, here's another person. And then she said, do you remember this person? Do you recognize this person? Yes, you do. Who is that? That's Ronald Halle. What do Ronald Halle do? He's a security. Okay, now what period did he work for Mr. Kelly? He was on and off the entire time. They asked her, did she know him? She said she only knew the nickname. They called him Top Gun. And then what did Top Gun do? He also was a bus driver. I can't see. Y'all know I'm blind as a bat. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to read it anyway. And I put all the lights on that I could possibly have on. Lord knows I need my glasses or some contacts, one or both. Okay. She said she don't know how long he worked as a driver. And then they said, okay, so I'm about to show the witness only. And she said, do you know who this is? She said, I do. Said, who is this person? That's James Mason. And what did he do? He's a manager. Are we doing good? As we good? Make sure mic check. We still here? Y'all in the building? Let me just tune in on my other device and see what it do. Hold on. Okay, we good. Hold on. Let me just. All right. Now, okay. Let me get back into it. Okay, so She said, how long? Wait, that was James Mason. She said, how long? She said the last time she recalled was around 2016, 2018. Now, was he still working when you left in April of 2018? She said, yes. Now, when you started working at Olympia Field, did he stay? Did he stay? Did he stay there? Yes. Did he wait? Did he move out there? No, they was asking, did R. Kelly still stay in Olympic Field when she left? And she said yes. Now, did he move out there and wait, did he move out of there at some time? She said yes, he did move out of Olympia Field at some time. They said, where did he go after that? She said to the Trump Tower. She said, but he had 2 homes in Johns Creek, Georgia. They said, well, what time? Use home. Wait. Sometimes at least. They asked her, was he at home at times? And she said sometimes, but at least from 2016 to 2018. She wasn't really sure when he moved out of ATL. Okay. Now, she said there was they asked her, where did she work at in Chicago? She said there was a studio called Tracks in Chicago. And then it said, okay, so based on the Olympia Fields home, what other studios? And she said there was another studio on Ohio, and there was another one on Justin's in Chicago. And then they asked her, so the first studio that you recall was on Ohio Street? And she said, yeah. And they asked her, where were they located? She said they both was downtown in Chicago. Then they went on to say, hold on one second, y'all. Hold on. Let me fix this. Hold on. All right, here we go. Okay. Now, both downtown Chicago. And they asked her what was her schedule like. She said she worked from Sunday to Thursday, 4 days a week. She said mostly Sunday through Thursday. They said during that 4 days, how long was how many hours did you work? She said she worked 24-hour shifts, y'all. This is where I believe the accusations come in, that he was doing forced labor, the charges of forced labor on people, because she said she worked 24 hours shift. And then she said it was on call though, but she stayed at the Olympia Fields house after the kids moved out. She still stayed there. Okay. Then they asked her who else stayed there. She said various women. Then they said, well, where did they stay at? She said some stayed in the office, some stayed in the studio, some stayed on the tour bus, some stayed downstairs, some stayed in the theater, and they were living there. And she said they were living there sometimes. Now, on visits, who didn't stay? Visits who didn't stay? Wait. They had to her rephrase the question. What did you notice they wasn't free to do? And she said they was not free to roam around the house. Now they asked her, were you there? She said she would. They asked her, what would you do? She said she would. She said she would knock on the wall to announce her presence, to let Mr. Kelly know she was coming. Okay. They said, well, what did you notice about the dressings of these women or these girls? That's what they was calling them. She said they dress casual, loose fitting clothes. And she said, you knocked on the door. I mean, you was knocking on the wall. Why? She said, to announce my presence, to make sure Mr. Kelly knew that I was coming into the room. Now, in public, what did they dress like? She said same loose clothes. When Kels moved out, who lived there and where did they go? Like when he moved out of the house in Atlanta, where did they live and where did they go? She said, can you repeat that, please? The question. And she said, when he moved to the Trump Tower, she said maybe to the Trump or maybe to the studio on Ohio, where others stayed at on Justine Street. Correct. What about their movements? Did they were they able to roam at the studio? And she said, where? Ohio? Hold on. She said like they stayed in the control room in the Ohio studio with him or in the lobby. And then they said, well, where would they is that where they would stay? And then she said, correct. Now, did you arrange for any type of transportation for these women? She said, correct. Now, what was these requests? She said, hold on, how did and she said it would be Ubers. And then what was the arrangement? She said, well, they had to make sure that there was no male drivers. Okay. No male drivers. But what was the request? Okay, so the request was female drivers only. That's what they was asking her. So when she made the transportation arrangements, she had to make sure that there were female drivers. And they said, well, how did you make these arrangements? She said, by Uber. And then she said, they said, well, so she had to make sure that there was no male drivers. That's what she said. Now, when a male driver would come, what would happen? She said, I would have to call another one. Now, did you call multiple ones? Uber drivers? And then she said, yeah, until R. Kelly realized that he could not pick the driver. He didn't ask me anymore, is what she said. Now, they said, now focus on just them staying at the Justine Street studio. Where did they stay? She said that where did they stay? She said they had bedrooms upstairs. On the main floor, there was a kitchen net area. There was a lounge area, and then there was a control room. And they would stay with him in the control room. She said they would rename. Would they? Wait. And, wait. Would they stay in the room? Hold on. She said on occasions. Did you accompany them? She said yes. What did you do when you accompanied them? She said she took them shopping, to get massages, to get their nails done, things of that nature. That's what she said. Things of that nature. Okay, hold on, y'all. Get this together, y'all. Gotta get this right. Now, did you record? Wait. Do you receive why I do real Jane for today? Was okay. So here's another exhibit. They said, do you recognize who this person is? And she said, I do. They said, without saying her name, we're gonna call her Jane as today, which they're talking about as real. Was Jane a live-in girlfriend? She said, yes, she was. Here's another exhibit 78. Without saying the name, who is this? Without saying the name, was this person to live in too? She said, yeah. No, did you recognize her? She said, yeah. And then they said, okay, go ahead and say the name. She said, that's Joycelyn. Now, was Joy a live-in? She said, yeah, for a period of time. Is that correct? Yes. Now, showing you exhibit 69B, without saying the name, do you recognize the person? She said, I do. She said, who is this person to be? She said, that's Dominique. Was she a live-in as well? And she said, yeah. She said, for a period of time. And then she said, yeah. Then they gave her another exhibit, 52. She said, do you recognize this person? And we all in the courtroom, we was looking at that picture. I'm squinting my eyes hard as hell, trying to figure out now, who in the hell is this? That look like Johanna Bates. And I wrote down, I'm going to show you. I wrote down Johanna in the corner right there. And come to find out, it wasn't Johanna, y'all. It was Juice, okay? We all in there. They was like, who is that? Who else? It looked like it's Johanna. I don't know who she is. It looked like Johanna. Turned out to be Juice. Now, was Juice a live-in girlfriend? She said yes. They said for a period of time. She said yeah. Then she said so. Who all was there that when you were there? She said it was Jane, which is Azriel, Joy, Dominique, and Juice. Now, did they were they there in 2016? She said from 2016 to 2018. She said yes. She said, but just to go back to the question, when you accompany specifically Jane, Dominique, Juice, and Joy, how did they? How were they? Like, they did not want to interact with men, is what she said when they asked her how were they. She said they didn't want to interact with men. They would not interact with men. Now, if you guys were to walk into a store, what would they do? She said if they saw a male salesperson, some of the live-in girlfriends, what would they do? She said they would basically, if the people would come up to them and ask them if they needed help, they would just turn away from the male people. And then said, so so they would ask, she said, so then what would they do when it was a male, personnel at the store? She said, well, they would ask me if I could interact with him. And then they said, would you? And she said, yes. Now, she went on to say the question was, what happened when a female offered to help them? She said they would interact without anybody having to tell them to interact. They would just interact. Okay. Now, what happened in the elevator that you noticed? She said, I noticed one time with Joy, she turned away and she didn't even see me step off the elevator. And I think she turned away because a guy had got on the elevator and she got left on the elevator with the guy because she didn't even see me get off the damn elevator. Okay. This is crazy. She said, they said, well, what were you doing? She said, I was walking her to her room. She said, did you ever hear her call R. Kelly any names? And she said, yeah. She said, what? She said, she called him daddy. She said, but when he wouldn't be around, what would she call him when R. Kelly wasn't around and they were like interacting with this lady Diana? What would they call her? She said they would call him Mr. Kelly. Now, what, if anything, did you observe where the live-in girls were? She said, did you ever see what the live-in girls did? She said, well, when R. Kelly would come in the room, she said they would jump up and give him a big old hug and a kiss. She said, did they all do that? And she said, yeah. And then she said, okay, going back to the Sprinter, okay? Is this man named Van or Dan? I don't know this man's name, y'all. I can't say if it's Van or Dan. I think it's Dan. Okay, so anyway, back in the Sprinter. Hold on. Okay, so there was an important. Wait. My ride to an important meeting. I would sit with the. Okay, so there was times where you guys sat in the Sprinter. And then she said, yeah, she said, can you describe those times? She said, well, we could be riding together in a Sprinter and R. Kelly would have an important meeting. And I was sitting with in the Sprinter with the guests, and then hold on. Said, what you do if you had to use the bathroom? What would you do? She said, I would find me a bathroom and use it. What about the girlfriends? They would ask me to get a hold of him, but you could get up and go to the bathroom, but they would, Lord have mercy. Anyway, I'm not going to pass judgment. They would ask me to get a hold of him, and they said, well, did you? She said, I would get a hold of R. Kelly, and after he would say it's okay, I would accompany them to the bathroom. When you couldn't reach R. Kelly, when you couldn't reach R. Kelly, what would happen? She said she was assisting. She said, okay, so they said, so what happened at the time when Halle needed to use the restroom? And she said she held on her the urine. She had held on when she couldn't get in contact with R. Kelly, she held on to her urine for 30 minutes. She did not use the bathroom for 30 minutes. Now, because he was working out in the gym. Now, y'all was on the Sprinter, and here's Exhibit 76. Now, when she needed to use the bathroom, when Halle waited while you tried to get in contact with R. Kelly, did she have to go really bad? There was an objection, but then she had to rephrase the question, and she said, yeah, she really had to go. Okay, she really had to go to the bathroom. And then they said, okay, so going back to the particular scenario, what happened after 30 minutes? R. Kelly came to the Sprinter, and then she went to the bathroom. Then they said, okay, so when did all this stuff start taking place? She said it started around 2016, but maybe before, I just can't remember, is what she said. Now, how did you know to make arrangements for different guests of R. Kelly? She said, well, he would let me know, someone would text me, and I would get the information, and I would send them the travel information to the guests. It didn't happen often. They asked her, was there ever a time that she made arrangements without communicating with R. Kelly first? And she said, yeah, she did, but it didn't happen often. But when it did, I would let him know that I made these arrangements. And then she said, do you recall him recording any exes? Personnel guests, hold on, including female personnel guests. Oh, they asked her, who would she make these arrangements for? Like these arrangements to book, different things, travels, expenses, and stuff like that. She said for recording executives, personal guests of R. Kelly, including females. That's what she said, including females. Let me get this right, y'all. I gotta get this right now. I know y'all is depending on these notes. Now, sometimes my name, sometimes they're okay. So they said, who names was these hotels put in? She said sometimes she would put them in her name, and sometimes she would put them in their names. And then she said the hotel reservations, was it for R. Kelly? And she said sometimes she would make up fake names because he was a celebrity. She didn't want to just be saying his name and staying at a hotel, so she would give fake names, okay, only because he was a celebrity. Now, did you make any reservations for George Kelly? And then the personal assistant, which is Junebug. And then she said George Kelly name, yes. Here's an exhibit 76. Now, Haley, do you know? She said, do you know if just for today we're gonna call her Anna, but they're calling Anna, who actual name is Haley. Do you know the relationship? And she said, yes, that was his girlfriend. They put out an exhibit and asked her if she knew who that person was. Apologize, because they asked her, did she know who this person was? She said, yes, that was George Kelly. What was his position there? He was a personal assistant. Did he have a nickname? She said, yes, Junebug. And then they said, and then that's when they went to the next exhibit 76 and said, did she know who this person was? She said, yes. And she said, just for today, we're going to call this person Anna. And then she said, do you know the relationship of this person? She said, that was R. Kelly's girlfriend. Okay. Then it went on to how long she came back. And then she said, maybe 2016 to did she started dating R. Kelly? She said, maybe 2016 to 2018. She said, when you started working, because she was working on and off. Diana was working on and off R. Kelly. Now, when you started working again, was Haley already there? She said, well, Haley had left many times. Okay. Then they asked her about different locations. And she said, well, when she left in Atlanta, he went to a personal, wait. He was at a personal concert when she left R. Kelly when they was in Atlanta, okay? Because she left R. Kelly lots of times, okay? So it wasn't just a one time. The girl was confused, okay? So she said, she asked her to describe an incident that she recalled. She said, Haley was really angry. She had an argument with R. Kelly. She had packed up all of her things and she left. But they asked her who was present when this occurred. She said she was the only one. Diana was the only one present, but she said Lily was also in the home as well. She said, which home? She said the one in John Creek, Georgia. Okay, so this is where Lily's name is being brought up and all of this stuff. Okay, just to let y'all get a little rundown. I don't know how good or bad it is, but she definitely was brought up in this, and I believe she most likely will be testifying. I'll let you guys know next week when I look on the list, because as a press, I didn't realize I had the access to be able to see that. So I will give y'all more. Okay. Now, George Creek, Georgia, it was a smaller home. And then she said Lily was at the house. And they said, well, what's Lily's real name? She said her real name is Alicia Evans. And then they went on to Exhibit 42. She said, do you know who this person? She said, I do. They said, who is this? She said, that's Lily. And then she went on to say, did there come a time when you spoke to R. Kelly about living in the living in Chicago? Hold on. After Halle left, she said maybe a few days later, that's when they discussed Halle's situation. A few days later, okay, someone contacted her and said, I left Halle. Someone contacted R. Kelly and told R. Kelly, I let Halle escape. That's the word they use, escape. Now, he told me this person said, I let Halle escape. They said, well, how did that make you feel? She said, well, I was upset because there was rumors in the media and I did not like the term escape. Now, what was his demeanor? She said he was disappointed in me. He said I should have let Lily handle it, is what she said. Because Lily allegedly wouldn't have let her leave. And Diana was kind of like soft and wasn't the aggressive type, the person that will hold somebody back. And that's just what I got from that. But y'all put your own pieces of the puzzle in there. I'm just bringing it to you like a game to me. Now, what did you understand when R. Kelly said he should have let Lily handle that? She said, I would be guessing. And then they wouldn't let her finish that. They said, okay, so Halle left and you didn't keep her from going, correct? She said, well, what do you see what did you see R. Kelly? Then they went on to, what did you see R. Kelly ever carrying? And she said, a backpack. And then they said, she said, sometimes he would carry it or others people would carry it. And then she said, did he only have one? She said, no, he had multiple backpacks. And then they asked her to characterize some of these backpacks. She was like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, name brand ones. And then they said, well, who would carry his backpack? She said, mainly his male assistants. Okay. Male assistant. Now, I never went. Hold on. She said they asked her if she ever went through his belongings. She said she never went through his belongings, but she did see an iPad that was kind of sticking out. It might have been other things that you didn't see. Is that correct? She said, yeah. And she said, but how were you paid? And she said she was paid by a salary. Okay. They said, well, did you always get paid? And she said, no. He said, well, why would you not get paid? She said, well, I was fine. And he said, well, they asked her, how was you fine? She said, well, no, what was the reason you were fine? I'm sorry. She said, if I didn't do my job correctly, he would fine me. And then they asked her how many times. And she said several times this has occurred. Okay. And then they asked her to describe an instance. She said, well, one time would be, I was trying to search for a puppy for him, and it took me a long time. He didn't notice that it had took me a long time, but I was fine. Did you tell Mr. Kelly that you couldn't find this puppy? And she said, yeah. And then she said, who? She said, who was the puppy for? She said it was for Robert. And then she said there was another time at an appointment, there was a male there for she had made a nail appointment for 3 of the girls, basically what she said. And then she said there was a male there, and hold on, there was a male there, and then and that's another time she was fine. And then she said, wait, they asked her who. She said it was Jane, Joy, and Dominique. And then she said, were you present? And she said, matter of fact, no, it was just Jane and Joy, which is Azriel and Joycelyn. Then she said, I don't think Dominique was present. So were you present? And she said, no, I was not. Then she said, well, how did R. Kelly know to find you? She said, because the appointment should have been with a female only. And what did you understand to make sure it was all female? It was an all female establishment. Now, who told you were fine? She said, I believe it was the accountant. And then she said, what was this accountant name? And then no, before they gave the accountant name, they said, here's another exhibit. Do you recognize who this person is? Because she said it was an accountant who fined her. And they said, now, here's an exhibit 37. Who is this person? She said, this is Joan Sullivan. And she said, what did Joan Sullivan do? She said, that's the accountant. Now, here's another exhibit. And she said, Daryl McDavid. And then what was his position? He was an accountant / manager. Now, what time did she started working with Mr. Kelly? She said she took Daryl McDavid's place when he left in 2013. Daryl was the manager, and she said, well, did Joan serve as a manager as well? She said, she did not. She said, no, she did not. She said, have you ever seen a weapon? And she said, no weapons. She said, in the studio, did you ever see a gun? And then she said, yes. And then she said, they asked her to describe what she saw. And she said it was a small handgun. And then they said, where? She said it was in the studio. And they said, which studio? She said, the one on Justin Street in Chicago. Now, where did you see this at? She said it was behind the bar. And then they said, here's showing you an exhibit 926, page 23. Do you recognize this? She said, yes. They said, what do you recognize this to be? She said, that's the lounge on Justin studio. Now, is this the bar? Is that where you saw the gun? She said, it looks different. And then they said, is that the location she said, is that the location where you saw the gun? She said, well, it was on the shelf behind where the liquor is stored. And so they said, well, she said, approximately when? She said, March, April 2018. Now, before you stop working with Mr. Kelly, okay, before you stop working with Mr. Kelly, who did you talk with? Did you talk with anyone having a firearm, gun? And then she said, yes. They said, who did you tell? And then there was a long pause. And they said, here's an exhibit 926. Do you recognize this here? She said, I do. She said, what is it? She said, that's the bar area of the studio. Now, so there was they asked her to describe the area. She said there was there was two shelves. There were two shelves under on the side where there were two lamps. Okay. And they said, well, judge interrupted. And then the judge said, because she couldn't answer that question. So I had to scratch that. So then the judge said, did you have a conversation with anybody? And then she said, no. And then said, attention, January 2018. Can you describe what happened on this event? And she said she had a computer that she was using. And then she said, you did have a computer. They said, what kind of computer it was? She said it was a MacBook Air Pro, a MacBook Air. And then she said, when did you have this? She said January 18th of 2008. I mean, not the date, but January 2018. And then she said, did you purchase this? She said, yes, I did. She said, what did you purchase it for? She said, I purchased it for taking notes and for meetings. And then, was this your personal computer? She said, yeah. She said, well, what do you recall happened? She said, my computer went missing in that studio. And which studio are you referring to? The one on Justin. She said, where were you at? She said, I was sitting on the couch in the lounge area in the studio. And then they said, well, who was present? She said, there was some guests of Mr. Kelly. R. Kelly was there and Lily was there. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to throw you under the bus. I'm just saying, she's saying one of y'all took her damn computer. I don't know who took her computer, but somebody took that lady MacBook Air, and the only people was in there, she said, was R. Kelly, herself, and Lily. Who took the damn Mac Air book? We ain't got to the Candy Gang. Candy Gang went on across, y'all. Candy gang went on the cross, y'all. Now hold on. Where was it? Where was your Mac Airbook Pro sitting at? She said she left it on a coffee table. Now, what was you doing when your Mac? What was you doing when your MacBook came up missing? Lord have mercy. She said she was just working. She said, where was Mr. Kelly? It seems like this is the case of the missing Mac Air Pro. Lord have mercy. She said, wait, she said, where was Mr. Kelly at? She said he was over there playing cards at another table. Oh my God, y'all, this shit, I can't make this stuff up. I can't make this stuff up if I tried to. I don't think I could have came up with a better production. We're gonna have to make this a movie, y'all. This shit right here. I need this to be a movie. Now, okay, okay, and oh my God, and after they said he was playing cards at another table, and only people was in there. That was it for today. That concluded today's testimony from the prosecutor, and the prosecutor will continue to question their witness on Monday afternoon around 11:30 to 12 o'clock. Court will start. So don't get there at no 6 o'clock in the morning. Don't get there at no 5 o'clock in the morning standing in line thinking that you're going to get in at 9 when you're going to be sitting out there all that time until it starts at 11:30. So you got some time to sleep in on that day. And then you can just get in line or whatever for those that want to come and be a witness to what's going on here. So after court, they did discuss what will happen next. And then she said they talked about June Brown told some things to somebody that he didn't own the gun, that R. Kelly didn't own the gun. It was not a registered gun. So basically there was an illegal gun that they had around this man, this damn high profile guy, R&B star. Okay. And then they talked about court starts at 11:30 to 12, sometime around there on Monday. And then there's going to be 2 other witnesses that's going to come and testify, because the lady who testimony was that gave her testimony, Sonia, the one who allegedly said she was raped by R. Kelly or woke up and she had white stuff all over between the legs or whatever. So she threw 2 names out there, which is Charity Therese. Okay. And Charity is going to come and testify. Okay. And the lady that she said was her former best friend, who is not her best friend. So maybe her best friend throw her on the bus. Who knows? We got to wait and see, because remember, her and Jerry are not friends, or that was her former friend, that was her best friend at that time, and they're not friends no more, from my understanding. Don't quote me, I could be wrong, but the lady name is Jerry. Jerry will be testifying as well to the allegations that Sonia presented, and Charity is going to be testifying either to agree or disagree on the allegations that Sonia has put out there. Okay, I want to make sure I'll be clear about that. I don't want this phone to go dead on us while I'm trying to give y'all the rest of this content. Okay, we good. Now, the other witness that testified, damn, my notes is somewhere. I got a lot of stuff going on, y'all. Y'all really don't want to see what it's looking like right now, because I got to get it together. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I've been, man. Anyway, so the other lady that testified, let me see, I think her name was Cynthia Lee. Or Catherine Lee, if it ain't Cynthia, it's Catherine Lee. But anyway, Lee, who testified, she also said, remember that she had testified about her friend Stephanie, introduced her to R. Kelly, and she went in there and sung My Funny Valentine like a damn fool to an R&B superstar. This dummy gonna come in there trying to sing My Valentine because she do musical or whatever. Anyway, she threw out a name that has to come and testify to either go with her story or go against her story. And the person name is Richard Ray. I believe that's going to be Blackie. Okay. I did not confirm that. I'm only assuming because I'm thinking Richard Ray is AKA Blackie. I'm not 100% certain on that. And that concludes the notes. No more notes after that. That was it for today. So I gave y'all everything that's up here. Everything I saw with my own two eyes. Okay. News. This is real news. I'm not, I'm almost 110% accurate. I may have missed some things, but hey, other people what I didn't get, and I'm sure vice versa. So other people on that's reporting may have gotten some extra notes that I didn't get, and I may got some notes that they didn't get. You know, again, I don't have no problems with anybody out here in these YouTube streets. I'm just very antisocial. I am very selectively social because you want to be that way in life, because you don't want to be open to everybody, because again, Mo3 said it best. Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your partner. You know what I'm saying? Because when shit get real, and if you ain't got me, you know what I'm saying? I got me, you know? So I know me, and I'm personally not going to put myself into no situation that I cannot get myself out of. So it's always best that I do things by myself. I'm not trying to be arrogant or big-headed or bigger than anybody. I don't know these people, okay? These are not my friends, okay? And I don't even fuck with half my old friends, so I refuse to recruit some new friends, okay? I'm comfortable in the skin I'm in. I'm a very confident woman. I hold my head up high. I stand firm on everything that I do. I have my how I like to do stuff. I don't like clout chasers. I don't like people that just want to get up under you because you look like you doing something. They want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't do leeches. I don't do beggars. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even like asking for stuff. I ain't gonna lie. It's my pride in me that won't even allow me to ask for donations, you know, but by the I appreciate all y'all that donated to me. And I know I got a negative comment, or maybe one or two that I read that I deleted, because I don't put that negativity over here. You know, if I block them, I get rid of them, because, you know, I came out here on my own. This is something that God put on my heart to do. I got in this fight 2.5 years ago. I wanted to see this to the very end. This was the moment we all, not just me, but you guys that's in that chat, all 650 y'all, damn near 700 of y'all. This is what we've been waiting on, is to get down to the meat of the situation and find out what these accusations are and how these people was going to confirm or deny any of these accusations. And unfortunately and fortunately for R. Kelly, he believed in himself. I believed in him when probably no one else did. And maybe it was just a few of us in the chat, and now more is coming around and more people is able to hear what I am here live in New York in that federal courtroom, getting this information firsthand. This ain't no secondhand information. I don't go to the secondhand store picking up items that somebody else had and wore and try to bring it to y'all. Okay? This is firsthand information. Nobody is going to give it to y'all like this. This is raw and uncut. This is that real no chaser. You know what I'm saying? So this that fuck you with no Vaseline type shit over here. You know, I'm just saying, like, I keep it so fucking real. And again, some may like me, some may not like me, but guess what? I don't know none of the motherfuckers. If they don't like me, that's on them. They got to deal with that, not me. That my heart ain't going to sleep with nothing hard on my heart. I'm clear-minded every day. So I just want to say, you guys have a beautiful weekend. Enjoy your don't let nobody hate on you. If people ain't bringing good energy around you, get rid of that mess. Throw their ass and don't look back. And don't regret nothing that you do in life. Always hold your head up high and know that you can live to fight another day, just living on to the next day. I have so much more I want to bring to you guys, so much more that, you know, we can discuss. I think I missed completing the cross-examination, the lady who claimed she was raped by R. Kelly. I remember taking I had to run back in the courtroom, and when I came back, I think I skipped over bringing that to you guys. So stay tuned for the rest of that. I will be back. I want to say possibly tomorrow. If not tomorrow, I'm going to get some rest because Lord knows I am tired, y'all, from flying from Chicago to New York to Chicago, back to New York. Did a layover before I got here, and then and stuff. So I just want to thank everybody that sent what you sent, did what y'all could from your heart, made it possible for me to stay here until the 17th. I do think trial is going to be extended. It looks like it might be going into the 1st of October, but I'm praying it will be done by the end of the week of the 24th, September 24th to be exact. But I will know more this coming week. Okay, it's a short week because one day they have Yom Kippur, which is a Jewish holiday, and that's on Thursday, so there will not be any courts open that day, and it will resume again on that Friday. So with them extending a short Monday to end at 6 o'clock, maybe that'll make up some time. I think that's only going to be 6 hours out of an 8-hour day. So we just have to see what happens. I'm gonna give everything I can. I'm gonna bring my best. I'm gonna continue to take great notes. By the way, thank you guys for the donations. I was able to go get more notebooks. That's why I got the little mini ones. So I got these 2 notebooks. They're the same. I just ripped this part off and to have different colors or whatever, but they're exactly the same. So I wanted to let y'all know what I was doing with the funds that y'all sent me. Also, I was able to purchase more pens because my pens was going out, y'all. I was running out of pens. I got this one. I got these, which these is my favorite pens because these are long-lasting pens. I'm talking about you can write for hours and you can get a lot more in without with some of the other pens. But then I have some of these that I opened up and been using these today. So, and then I opened up some more. I'm talking about I'm running through pen and paper, y'all. It's real up here in New York. Don't think I ain't putting the money where it's supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? This is for the supplies. This is for, to keep me here. This is for the support of the platform to continue to bring this firsthand information to you guys. And so again, I just say whatever. And I had got me some Tylenol because Lord knows I was having headaches and stuff. Oh my God, my blood pressure was going all the way up and I had to keep calm. I'm about to give me some dick, y'all. So I see y'all when I see y'all. Hollywood is out this bitch. And let me give y'all a good song to go out on because I said this is what I do. I'm about to throw that ass in the circle because I am horny as fuck. And I'm in New York City and it's pretty. You feel me? So I'm about to get it in. Y'all better go bust it wide open for y'all nigga. Go suck some dick and don't do it for 30 minutes. Don't do it for 2 hours, bitch. You hoes better have deep throat. You bitches better stay on that dick for 20 hours. Nigga, I'm telling you, better suck that motherfucker to the sunrise. I want to see some bad bitches in this motherfucker. Hold on. Hold on. What we gonna do? To the motherfuckers that's true. Hold on. I got some shit. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna go out with let me get my girl Cardi. I'll take a copyright for Cardi. It's all good. All it is just hold on. All it is they just won't do something to the channel. Okay, because this is one of my favorite songs. This is motivating to anybody that's been knocked down. Remember, you bitches can get up 10. You feel me? Knock you down 9 times, but what? You bitches better get up 10 and tell the motherfuckers you gonna do a broke nigga filthy. You gonna make a broke bitch look whatever. Bitch, 2 options, stripping and lose. There's a dance in the club right across my school. I said dance, not fun. Don't get it confused. I had the second record straight because bitches love to assume. Mamas couldn't give it to me, so I get it soon. Lord only knows how I got it in shoes. I was covered in dollars. Now I'm dripping in jewels. The bitch play with my money. Mine is spending my food. Now they swear we was cool. Making the news. Oh yeah, and I got me a salad for dinner tonight, y'all. I'm on my healthy eating, y'all. I never been a fraud in my motherfucking life. I got me a shrimp salad and I'ma fuck this motherfucker up. I ain't telling y'all to do it. I'm just telling my story. I don't hang with these bitches because these bitches be corny. I ain't got enough bras. Y'all ain't got to support. I went from rags to rich. Went from Rick to lick nigga. Only person in my family sees 6 figures and pressure on your shoulder. Feel like it's bolder. When you gotta make sure everybody's straight. Bitches spazzing in your back while they smiling in your face. Trying to take it on your name. Trying to not to catch a case. I waited my whole life just to shit on niggas. Come to the top post so I can spit on niggas. Said I was just trying to chill and make banger. Tell all these old bitches they in danger. Think I'm a hip whip bitches in shape. That's what I call a fucking restrainer. Who gonna run up on Hollywood and do what? I think y'all got your story screwed up. I can't hear the ballers, you nuts. I don't want your punk ass man, I'm too tough. I'm the one that's killing shit hands down. If you got a problem with me, say it now. Cause I don't want to hear no sneak dissing. Especially from all you weak bitches. I'm on the road like I was in a stoplight. I'm turning up every day, Pride night. So if it's all love, show me love then. Cause you hating on the bitches, what it sound like. What? 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 I'm pulling up, niggas. Don't mean I be on the run. And you gonna have to learn to hold your tongue to hold a gun. And we all know you ain't that tight. I smack you at the bitch that you act like. I started getting money, bitches upset. It remind me of my pussy bitch, mad tight, hair lit. Keep them both laced. Hey, turn the fuck up. It's Friday, y'all. Free kills. No, nigga, I'd have been on base. Whole life been through some fucked up shit. They said I'm too wild, I'm too this. But if you see what I see, you end up like this. What? I walk into the what? Where the check at? Hollywood on the chart, they didn't expect that. Cause I'm gonna put my motherfucking credentials where my neck at. What? Like a badass shit. I'm about to turn the fuck up in New York, y'all. I'm not about to be in this room. I only came here for a few minutes to get some shit together and get y'all right with all this content. I love y'all. I love y'all energy. We gonna get there. I promise you. It's almost over. And we gonna know everything. So before we get up out of here, let's do what we do. And let's contribute to R. Kelly and let's keep it lit for kills, man. Because there's a lot of things in this motherfucking world that's not supposed to be. And one for sure and two for certain, kills not supposed to be in this situation, man. We got to get this man about this motherfucker. And I'm going to keep on speaking and spitting that when I get that. Period. And remember, dear friends, let us love one another. For love comes from God. Everyone who loves has been born of God and knows God. Whoever don't love don't know God. Why? Because God is love. I will see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Pieces. The sky's not supposed to touch the ground. And I swear it's not supposed to be round. The moon's not supposed to touch the sun. And a two is not supposed to be a one. And the heart's not supposed to weigh a ton. And forever's not supposed to be done. Winter's not supposed to come in June. And I am not supposed to have the blues. There are so many things that are not supposed to be, babe, except you and me. There are so many things that are not supposed to be. Ooh, babe, except you and me. Night's not supposed to be long. Yeah. No one is supposed to be alone. Understanding is not supposed to be confused. And the wind is not supposed to lose. Like fire's not supposed to freeze. Like joy is not supposed to grieve. Like you are not supposed to leave. When I said I'm not supposed to lead. He is not supposed to have your heart. Baby, we are not supposed to be apart. There are so many things that are not supposed to be said. You and me. There are so many things that are not supposed to be. Hey, hey. It seems just like no season's changing. Oh, this earth with no creation. Oh, heart with no feelings. Or a sickness without healing. Happy Friday, everybody. I love all y'all. God bless everybody in the chat. See you guys on the next one. Like, share, subscribe. Peace. Except you and me.